Herman Miller. I immediately think, I can't afford this crap. The second thing, Herman Miller Gaming? Those things don't go together. Herman Miller makes nice stuff. Gamers are losers. We live in ugly lairs. Or do we? So today I have a bunch of boxes of stuff. 4 of these big boxes comprise what you get when you order this Coyl gaming desk. And then a bunch of the other ones are little accessories. We're gonna put them together. The reason that this is compelling is because maybe I can afford this. I actually was told the price and I wasn't outraged. Desks are pretty expensive. They're almost all over $1,000. Even the cheap ones are a couple hundred, and they're cheap and ugly. So is Herman Miller a gamer? And does Herman Miller supply other gamers with nice looking wife acceptance factor furniture? Let's find out. I have no idea if I was supposed to open this first, but it's black. It's pretty thick, and it's pretty heavy. Box 2 is a beefy unit. When I first started working here, you used to have to feign things being heavy, but now I'm just old. Come on, grip strength.
I don't have a fucking handle.
Now look at this, ladies and gentlemen. That combination of letters, Coyl. Something cursed about it. Whoa, Coyl. Look at this thing, it's like an air compressor. How far can this go? Here, huzzah! Watch crotch. I guess this means the desk is powered. They wouldn't just give this to you, right? So it must be a standing desk. I know nothing about this product yet. We're on a journey of discovery together. It's got USB A and C ports on here and multiple, like, seems pretty dope to get this. It's above and beyond. Thanks, Herman. Some kind of control box. Looks like it mounts to the underside of the desk. It has some power connectors and RJ45 looking kind of ports on it and a little pigtail guy. F, a very lightweight plastic and tactile ratcheted knob with a finger-sized indent. That is actually really satisfying. Cheap feeling though. Cables and hardware, I think it has to do with the power function. These are chonky. They look like they could be the feet. This is like just peeling back the layers of an onion here. Now, this looks like the telescoping leg. There's the power connector, some holes there. Oh man, this is dense. Maybe it connects to these feet. We'll find out. Ah.
You just kneecap yourself?
You can hear that, like, yeah. Ah. It's on camera, WCB. Now this feels lighter. This could be pillows. Oh, for God's sake. This looks like a nice felt undercarriage type thing. It's got a hole. Actually has 3. Cable management type hole. This looks maybe magnetic. I just can't wait to discover you. These feel very sold separately, so I'm not even gonna open them right now. We'll save these for later. I got enough on my plate. And finally, box 4. Maybe this is where they're keeping the gaming. This is a perforated all metal backer board. I think this goes, Jesus. I believe this goes at the back of the desk. It's like a little kind of pegboard with the different sized holes you hang your pencils out of, you know? They said I can make this in 30 minutes or less, so.
It is currently exactly 4:30.
Game on. Step 1 is to attach the leg brackets to the tabletop, and it specifically says do not put the screws through the square holes, put them through the round holes. Actually pretty cool. That's a round hole, that's a square hole. And so it's just a visual way of telling you what to put in when. Right now, I'm only doing the circle ones. That was easy, and I will say it does feel substantial and quality. There are threaded metal inserts inside the holes. I'm not like screened to MDF or anything crappy like that. And even just the hardware felt, you know, it's nice and girthy. This one's a little bit of a chud, but.
Chud?
You know, it's a little like a.
Chode.
Like a chode, a Cheswick. There's lots of words. I knew you were racing me without saying you were racing me. I could tell. I was racing you too. Gotta give it a little jostle here.
That is our last silver screw, so.
They don't give you, Herman, they don't give you any extras? Come on.
Herman.
Okay, replace it with a known good. That one immediately went in. It's a little switcheroo, you know? It's the desk equivalent of unplug it, plug it back in. Is there a front and back on this thing? The fact that the instructions don't specify which way this should go kind of tells me it's up to you. The cable only goes in on one side, so you get to pick which way the cable, I mean, there's gonna be cables plugged in there too. Maybe it matters to someone. A lot of play on that. It's tight, but there's a lot of play on that. So this is gonna be for my right hand. Now, which way does this go? You're gonna wanna access that, so looks like it goes that way. Connect the hand switch to the control box. M1, M2. Does this say on it? What we gonna learn today? D1, D2. I don't know. We're gonna see. I like how it looks like a PSU cable, kinda, you know? These guys get gamers. We've reached base camp. This is everything you would get with the base tier. And from now on, we're installing things that are additional and cost extra. Starting with the wire management tray. Fellas, flip around. Oh.
Whoa, Brad here. We forgot to segue to a sponsor. We're gonna do that now. Come back to see the rest of the desk right after this.
Whoa! Someone as good looking, sleek, and stylish as you deserves a computer that matches that aura. Thankfully, NZXT has done more than refreshed their H6 lineup of cases. They've built them from the ground up with your aura in mind. With a single seamless curved tempered glass panel, 10 unified 120mm fan mounts, and things like anti-sag brackets for your GPU and back connect motherboard support out of the box. They want to give you control over your build. They come in both a simple and clean option, or you can get something a bit more flashy with the RGB Plus model. You get that and more for a starting price of just $99. If you have been waiting to build in an NZXT case, well, this is the one. Check out NZXT's H6 lineup using our link below.
And now we get to screw it in through the square holes. And with the optional wire management tray attached, you actually have to reroute the control knob cable through this little guy over here. Oh yeah, look at these grubs. So it must go this way. Oh, it goes right there. It looks better. You're gonna be looking at it down that way. That's a cleaner look than this. You can see the welds this way, right? So those, only the floor will be looking at those.
I'm assuming we don't actually care about getting a torque wrench for these?
No. It's gravity.
When this thing blows apart going 100 down the highway, we'll see what happens.
Before we flip it, I'm gonna put this thing in. And I will say, this feels and even kind of sounds kind of crappy. These little grab handles are a bit of a mystery to me right now, but it's all gonna become clear when I flip this over. Oh yeah. You just have to do that, don't you? It's got a little butt that juts out. I think that's gonna have to do with a later accessory. Maybe we take this off, and that's how you put on that back guy. Time will tell. It kind of gives you space for a monitor arm to sit on there, but at the same time, you've got this in the way in the kind of Y direction, right? So if that monitor arm is bigger than this, if it's like this, it'll hit that. There's a little notch. Come, look. See that? It's got a, oh yeah. Now it's in there. And this, oh, it flips up and there's, oh. See, knew this would happen. You can hide your mess, but also access it. Next, it's our friend here. You get to put it just where you desire. Where am I meant to route this? Just out the back? Just anywhere?
I think there's a hole here.
Oh, down that hole, yeah, sweet. Cool. This power bar can be accessible from the top too, which is kind of nice. It's kind of floaty in here though. You might want to utilize some magnetic cable management from ltgstore.com. There's a specific power bar guy. I bet it would stick to this whole damn desk, so. Match made in heaven, match made in Herman. Oh. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, is what I would be saying if we hadn't opted to get the perforated shroud. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think it might just go that way. Come here. Come see this. We didn't use this, but if we had used this and relied on this in the future, check out this. I love this, okay? Right over here. Look at the little cutaway for your finger. You just go boom. There it is. You're ready to rock and roll. The only thing we have left is a few wood screws and these little guys, which are meant for under table cable management, which is cool because some of these wires are just, you know, this one in particular, it's just right here. So I wanna, a foot in the back. I'm gonna try one of these out. Yeah, just try to put this right here. This isn't really meant for this cable though. It's a little, pretty girthy. Like it just got a hot dog down a hallway, throws right in there. Yeah, the point is that it's not dangling down, so I'm not even gonna see that once I'm using it. Nice! The last thing left to do is plug it in and enjoy it. But first, surprise time. Remember these? I actually don't know what's in here. Accessories. Oh, these look like little cable management loops that have little pegs, I think, go in here. So you can just go like so. Okay, one down. I feel like I'm pulling a rabbit out of a hat. These boxes are so huge. A little controller holder? What is this? Wait a tick. Hey? And you could even have it plugged in and have the charging cable routed down where you don't see it. Not too bad. Rice bowl. It's a planter. It's a planter. This one seems like kind of the most unfinished and cheapest. It has all these little like notches in it. Snack bowl?
Yeah, Doritos.
It is not food safe. I don't think this is food grade.
Gamers.
Gamers. Don't put a plant that needs water in there. Maybe a succulent. And last, but possibly least, we'll find out the pedestal. You know, display shelf. There's another one? Oh, the diving board. Little luge. Oh, thank you very much. Ah. That's kind of a sweet angle that it puts it on. There is a little gap here, so potentially you could plug it in and have that routed there. Let's get it plugged in. Okay, probably don't do this. Look at that, it's not even on the ground. Control box should make a clicking sound indicating it has been programmed. I will say it's a cool screen. It's very retro. Oh, just needed to hold longer. How low can she go? That actually might be nice once in a while to just go crisscross applesauce and just lock in. Preset 1, 81, okay, let's go there. Take me with you. Decent preset. It's a good sized desk. It's nice and deep. Yeah, this is like a really like a Goldilocks zone of desk size. Let's say I wanna just go up a little bit. All right, let's talk prices. It's available in 4 finishes. Clear on ash, studio white, medium matte walnut, and ultra black. And that's all base level stuff. You get the cute little red power cable regardless. Then the cable trough itself ups the price from $1,100 to $1,475. I think they're making their margin on this additional optional accessory. Now, if you like the shroud, but you don't like the cable trough, screw you! You cannot get the shroud unless you've already gotten the cable trough. So you're going from $1,475 up to $1,635. Just for this little guy, jeez. As for the accessories, they range from $30 to $40 each. That's too much, all of that's too much. What I would do is find someone who has a 3D printer, wait for the glorious people in the maker community to just 3D print these little, like look at this thing. This is not worth like 30 bucks. 3D print things that they don't even provide that are compatible with this, just make your own. You know, you'll be more satisfied. So overall, I think the price of the base unit is pretty fair. It gets a little crazy. I don't know if the value is there for the accessories. And it's a bit too bad because although I could take or leave the shroud, it would be nice to get that cable management tray. But is it worth $400? That's tough. In terms of whether Herman has successfully made gaming cool, it's kind of hard to tell with just the black desk because it's a really minimalistic, but also kind of basic shape. It's just a black kind of squircle. You can get a better sense of a more unique design language from this thing, which almost looks like nothing made it. But other than that, it's kind of basic. My recommendation would be to consider getting this desk, but don't not look into other desks. And maybe what you should really look into is how much does it cost to just get a cool pigtaily cable like this? Because that's honestly the real selling feature for me here. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like desk content, we've done this a few times with some really funny people. So go check out Colton and Dennis and their videos.